TV KPM.
Hi friends, welcome back to Menengah Atas Didik TV KPM with me Chris MJ, and today we are focusing on Bahasa Inggeris on the topic of the environment, and I'm here with Puan Ima as well as my classmates on Google Meets and with our sign language interpreter Puan Zaimi as well. Alright, so Puan Ima,
Yes,
in
Chris.
this segment what will we be learning?
Okay, after all the processes that we had gone through from the beginning, looking at the sample opening paragraph, opening paragraph, and then we looked at the points that they need to not only make but elaborate with examples, and then you have to have a summary of your essay. We are now at the end, or almost at the end of our lesson, which is you have to produce a complete essay. Okay? All right. So let's look at the task, which is the last task on page 67 of your textbook. Okay, have a look at the question. Okay. So the situation has been set, which is you've been talking about the environment in class. And you are going to write an essay. An essay is a formal piece of writing. So pupils, remember when we talked about which one had contractions, a formal piece of writing should not have contractions. Okay? Right. And they should write between 140 to 190 words. Now, I have a lot of pupils asking, what happens? Or how can I write more? Do I need to count every single word? Take a deep breath, let go and smile, because no, you don't need to do that. You do not need to count your words. You do not need to write how many words you've written. Okay? And you do not even have to worry. Do not worry if you write more than the suggested words given. In the exam question, it's clearly stated there.
Okay.
Okay? So don't worry about it. You will not be penalized. You will only be penalized if you have grammar errors, that's all, or if you're off topic. But you will not be penalized if you write too much.
All right.
Okay? Right, so what are the notes? Giving your point of view. Okay, so the next part in your textbook, if you guys have a look at it, is the same thing as we have talked about in the second segment about growing their own food these days. So this is the question they have to address. Is this a good thing or a bad thing for people? So they have to give their opinion. So you must use phrases, for example, I think, in my opinion, okay? All right? They all know this. We've done this before in class. Right, and again, similar to the previous activity that we did, there are 3 points that they need to write about with examples. Okay, so if you guys look on screen at the moment, these are the 3 points that I always repeat myself over and over again. Elaborate on all 3 points, at least one elaboration with examples, personal opinions, and others which are related. Right, guys? I say this all the time in class, yes? But they still forget.
It's normal, teacher. But don't forget ICE, teacher. What is ICE, teacher?
Yes, okay. Instead of me talking about it, let's ask my pupils, because they have been exposed to this since last year when I started teaching them in Form 4. Right, why wrong? What is I?
I is introduction.
Yes, correct. Well done. And what is C? Ein.
C for content.
Yes, C for content, so chirpy and sweet. And I would like to add on here for our pupils out there too, content can be divided into at least 2 paragraphs or 3. For me, I always tell my pupils, look at the question. So there are 3 points there for them to work on. That means there should be at least 2. Minimum, but if it's 3, it's a lot better.
Okay.
So you segregate the ideas. Okay, makes the reading and the flow a lot easier, and that can help to increase the marks.
Okay, teacher.
Right, and finally E.
Hearty. What is E? The E is?
For ending.
Yes,
Ending.
that's correct for the
Okay.
ending. Ending is to sum up what we have talked about. So normally to write a good short and sweet ending or a summary, you go back to the topic. So
Okay.
you're talking about people growing their own food and they have given their own personal ideas with elaboration. So they just make 2 or 3 sentences to reiterate or to recap what they have talked about, okay? And relate it to the importance of sustaining the environment.
All
Okay?
right.
All right, let's move on to the next one. So this is your final task of the day, guys. Okay, the big final task. You are going to write a short opening paragraph. You're not going to elaborate the points. You're not going to come up with your own ideas. You are going to write a short opening paragraph to the topic, which is growing their own food. Okay? So now the plan is there. This is in their textbook, right? Page 67. Which paragraph refers to opening only? Which paragraph, guys? Yes, Wairong.
Paragraph 1.
Yes, wonderful. So you are only focusing on to introduce the topic and your opinion. Now, this is actually a good structure pupils should do every time before you write your essay because you need to plan. You cannot just simply write.
Yes.
Okay? Even I, before I write, I do need to make a plan. All right? So we are focusing on paragraph 1.
1.
Okay, guys, let's get cracking. Try and write your own short opening
All right.
paragraph. Okay?
For those of you watching at home, you can try this as well. Try to write your own opening paragraph to the topic of growing your own food, and this will be paragraph 1 in your essays. All right. So, teacher, how about we hear one example from our friends on Google Meet? Is that all right?
Of course. Because
Okay.
they should be ready. It's
Yeah. Who
short
should
one.
Who should we ask?
CD.
Okay.
Please.
CD, go ahead.
These days, growing your food has been done by many people. In my opinion, growing your own food is delicious, and instead of running to the store, you can just open your back door and pluck one from your garden.
Wow. CD.
Good job. Very
I'm
nice.
literally having goosebumps because that's a really good opening. Wonderful. Right? He introduced the topic.
Yep.
And he talked about his opinion why growing food is better.
Yeah.
Just need to open the back door. It's true. I wish I can do that, right? Okay.
Good job, CD.
Good job, CD. All right, now here's one example for you guys at home and also for those of you watching. This is one example that I have, but I kind of lied a little bit. That wasn't the last task just now, writing an opening paragraph. This one, I want you guys to try and guess the missing punctuation.
Ah.
Okay, have a read at the opening paragraph.
Okay.
I'll just give some clues. There are 3 punctuation marks that are missing.
Okay, can I try the first one?
Yes, Chris.
I think one comma is missing. For example, no, before for, there should be a full stop, teacher.
Yes, that's correct.
Because-
Hang on.
Right.
Are you sure? Guys, are you sure Chris is on the right track? Good. Ain.
Okay, Ain.
No, because it should be a question mark.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, good eye, Ain. That's a good catch. I didn't see that. Okay, so
Yeah.
question mark. So is she
It's-
correct?
Yes, she is. Because
Nice.
the first opening
Ah, it's a
sentence
question.
is not a sentence.
Right, it's a
Ah.
question. Silly me.
Yes, I'm sharing this because with an opening paragraph, you don't really need to make up sentences. You can question, which leads to the topic itself.
Okay.
So have you ever noticed the difference of the same products that we buy daily for food? So there should be a question mark.
Okay, what's next?
You were correct just now.
The for example.
Yes.
Okay,
For
comma.
example, okay, that's the second one. Da 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 da.
And what's the last one?
Where is the last one? Where do you think it should be? It's a comma also. Which one, guys?
Oh, why wrong? Go ahead.
I think it's on the other hand, there should be a comma.
Yes, that's correct. Well done. Oh, thank God they remembered what I have taught them
Good
all
job,
this while.
everyone.
Okay, when you use a linker, all right, please bear in mind for everyone, when you use a linker such as on the other hand, in addition, therefore, you must have a comma. As I have mentioned just now, the function of a comma is to pause slightly, because when the reader is reading, if there's no punctuation, we'll be reading
Yep.
on and on. I just want to share a bit. There was one essay I got many years ago. There was no full stop at all, and he wrote for about almost one whole page of an A4 paper.
no.
So I was out of breath halfway through because there's no full stop, there's nothing.
Right.
All right, correct?
Okay.
Well done, guys. So let's see. Ta-da! Actually, there's just one more, which is at the end.
All right.
That
Okay,
is
that is
why
why.
with
Okay.
a comma. Okay, so this is my example of my opening paragraph, but I think I prefer CD's example.
Yep, that was a good example as
Straight
well.
to the point.
Yep. Well,
Yes.
teacher, could you also share a quick, summary, or even how did our friends on Google Meets as well as those watching at home do today?
Okay, first of all, I would like to thank all my wonderful, lovely pupils for joining me on our show today. And in general, I think they did really well. Well done, guys. So
Well
clap
done.
for yourselves, all right? Pat yourselves at the back.
Yeah.
Maybe in the beginning, there were a bit of a few hiccups here and there, but after some of them helped out each other and me giving some information, everything was perfect.
Perfect. Good
Yes.
job,
Good
guys.
job, everybody.
And
Thank you
could
so
you also
much.
share with us a quick summary on what we learned in this segment or in this episode as well?
Okay, for today's lesson, in this particular episode, we looked at writing a formal piece of essay, which is related to the theme of environment, and we focused on writing the opening paragraph, making sure that we utilize the punctuation correctly.
All right, there you have it. But before we actually wrap up today's episode, I would like to ask, on behalf of my friends watching at home, as well as on Google Meets, if you would like to get more materials for today's topic, how can we find them, teacher?
Where else but at Together, Chris?
Sumbaku! That's right, and with that, I
Yes.
want to wish a huge thanks to teacher, to Puan Imah for today's very engaging class. And if you guys learned something today, give me a double thumbs up on Google Meets as well as at home. That's right, I am definitely more confident in my writing. And with that, we will see you again here on Menengah Atas, only on Didik TV KPM. Bye everyone! See you next time!
Didik TV KPM